Good evening. Guest with me.
What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's shaking? What's doing?
All the way from Canada. You arrived yesterday.
I did. I arrived yesterday at about noon.
It was.
About
it
noon.
was.
Noon local time.
Yeah. This all goes back a good year or so now, and I sort of said to you, why don't you come over? You know, come to one of the cons over here.
That's it.
You've been to a few cons in the US. You've never been out of North America before.
I never have. No, I've traveled within Canada, of course, and within the United States, but this is my first time being across or out of North America at all. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I have roots here, of course. My mother was born in England. So it's very cool to come and see sort of where half of me is from.
Well, this is where it gets weird, folks, because David mentioned on a stream that his mum was British. And so I was kind of keen to know, exactly where she was from. And it turns out she was from Chelmsford, which is, well, we went today, didn't we? It was half an hour's drive from my house.
Yeah.
So you looked up the address, and we'd arranged that you were going to come over. We were going to tie this in with For the Love of Horror, which we're going to this weekend. And I said, look, let's go and check out where your mum lived, where she was brought up, the school she went to, all that kind of stuff. So you looked at this up with an uncle of yours.
My mum's brother.
Yeah. And he gave you a few addresses in Chelmsford.
He did.
But he also gave you another address, which was before they emigrated to Canada.
Yes.
They lived in Southend-on-Sea.
Right.
Folks, it was less than an hour's walk from my house, where Dave's mum lived. And we walked there this morning, didn't we?
We did.
Walked along the seafront, up
Beautiful
into the
walk.
town. Yeah, it was lovely. It was great.
Yeah.
Hung out outside your mum's
Old residence.
Took a load of photographs.
We did.
And it was fun. It was really cool to know that Dave's mum lived so close to where I live at the moment. I don't live in Southend. I live in a kind of little seaside village a little bit further down the coast.
Right.
But it was literally about 50 minutes walk, wasn't it?
It was. No, it was very cool. And my mother, she since passed away. She passed away about 15 years ago, but she came to Canada in 1956 when she was 12 years old with her two brothers and her parents, my grandparents. And I've always heard of Chelmsford, and I've always heard of, this area, but I've never been. So it was really cool to see. But I had no idea that I was always under the impression that she was in Chelmsford Chelmsford, and then came to Canada from there. But no, according to my uncle, they lived in Southend for 2-3 years or something like that. And I was like, oh, it was really, really cool. And they lived above this convenience store, which is no longer there, but we had the address, we found the right spot and took a bunch of photos. It was just very cool to be in an environment that I know that I have roots in, essentially, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, it was great. Then we rode up to where she lived for,
Probably first 10 years of her life. Maybe, something like that.
That was a lovely area as well.
Very beautiful, very pretty.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, it was very awesome.
So you arrived yesterday. I met you at the station. You came in from Heathrow. We took a little kind of whistle stop tour of the West End of London. We kind of got off at Oxford Circus, walked down Regent Street into Piccadilly first, where American Werewolf in London was obviously shot. Those scenes from American Werewolf in London.
Yes.
Had a little look around there, walked straight through to Piccadilly, to Leicester Square, where all the world premieres of all the movies are and things like that. That was pretty cool. Down to Trafalgar Square.
Yes.
Where you remember that with the big lions and all that kind of stuff?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Then we went down Whitehall, which is where Downing Street is, did all of that. I took a left at the end of Whitehall onto London Bridge, which is where I wanted to finish up where Danny Boyle shot 28 Days Later. And did that. famous scene with Cillian Murphy in, and that was the photograph that you saw, folks.
Right.
There was one photo that didn't kind of. There was before we got the stool out for Dave to stand on. We actually did take a photograph of the two of us before we got the stool out, which was this one.
So good, so good. Well, it was funny because when I took the Heathrow Express, and I met you, and I'm coming through the turnstile, coming through, and one of the first things you said was, you're actually taller than I thought you were.
You are taller than I thought.
And so, and I knew that you were already 6'1" or 2" or whatever you are, and I'm only 5'8", and so, but it was really funny to kind of see that, and then so when we were taking those photos on the bridge, I just sort of crouched down right in the bottom of the frame, and I thought this would be a really funny photo. This would be a really funny photo. So we did. We sent it to a few people and didn't say anything. Just kind of let it kind of sit. But it was really funny. It was. I don't know. I should have just let it go. We should have just posted that one and let everybody think I'm either really tiny or you're a giant. I mean, one of the two.
We did send it to a few people who were a bit sort of, oh yeah, great.
Oh, that's nice. Yay. You know who you are. Yay.
So first impressions, first time out of the US, out of North America.
Yes.
You've had a chance to settle in. You had a little sleep this afternoon.
I did. I had a nap.
Caught up with you.
They did.
How's it been so far?
It's been amazing. It's really, really cool. I mean, obviously my association with England is through movies and through, pop culture. And so to see it in person, it's exactly what you'd expect. If you've never been, it is sort of what you would expect. I mean, London especially is so, the culture, the look of the city is so embedded in pop culture that when you come to London for the first time, you're almost like, yeah, this is kind of what I expect, right? You know what I mean? It looks exactly like what you would expect London to look like because it is so it's so photographed. It is what it is, right? And so
it's close together though, isn't it?
It is. It is.
That little tour that we did of all those major sites which you see on all the footage and everything are all within, we did that in what, 45 minutes or something like
an hour or something like that.
Yeah,
it was very, very, very close. And but it was cool to be able to see, the cars on the opposite side, of course, which because in North America they're on the right going, and so that was neat, but it's what I expected, right? And
buses, red phone boxes,
red phone booths,
bowler hats,
yes, right, right. I was saying to Darren too, all the different, you can fit the country of England, or England and Scotland, I guess I should say. You could fit all of that in the province of Ontario, which is just one province in Canada, like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to hear all the different types of English accents. I don't know where they're from, and I don't know what to call them, but I am aware that, that sounds a bit different than this one, and that one sounds a bit different than this one in terms of the vowels and all that. And so that was really neat to hear the different, and you have so many different accents in such, relatively speaking, a small geographical area in comparison to where I'm from.
Yeah.
So that was very cool, very cool. And it's beautiful here. I mean, the countryside where you live is absolutely beautiful with the sea and everything and the cobblestones and the whole, it makes me want to shoot a horror movie here. It makes me want to shoot The Fog Part 2 or something, Yeah.
Oh, we went down to the Old Town tonight, didn't we? And as we were walking down the street, it's dark. We just had a bite to eat, and Dave said, "This would be great. A bit of fog, a bit of lighting. This would make a great place for
great stuff. Mood and atmosphere right here. That's what we got. Oh, it's perfect. I mean, you can see why they shoot those kinds of movies in this area. I mean, it's absolutely perfect for it. So it's been awesome. And you and your wife have been absolutely tremendous. I appreciate your hospitality and
been
everything
good.
you've done, and it's just been awesome.
No, it's been good. It's been good fun, and we just thought we had to do. You know, we had to jump on and do this for an hour or so, and say hello to everybody. And apologies. I know somebody in the chat there was going, "Oh, I'm a bit bummed that it's not 1987 tonight." It'll be next week. Don't worry, folks.
Sorry, it's me. I apologize. Sorry about that.
But this afternoon, we had a few hours spare, and we said, let's go watch a movie in the lounge. Let's watch something really British.
Yes.
And yesterday, it just happened that I had a delivery of The Curse of Frank. This box set is incredible, folks.
Incredible.
It's 6 discs of this one 80-minute movie that came out in 1957. Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee. Dave and I watched it in its original kind of, what was it now? Almost like 4:3 aspect ratio.
Yeah.
And they have done such an
It
amazing
looks
job on
incredible. I mean, the 4K. I mean, that mixed with your TV and the whole and the sound and everything was just it was awesome. I was so enamored with how good it looked, how clean it looked, and the midtones and the skin, and you could like see their pores. It was so incredible. Such great detail.
And there's kind of a little sort of making of, well, not making of, but a sort of little featurette on the restoration of the film and the painstaking work that was done to restore this from the elements that they found. And honestly, these guys at Hammer need to give themselves a pat on the back because the quality is just stunning.
And that, I believe, was the very first Hammer film, correct? Did they say that?
Yeah, I think they did. I think that's right, 1957, because they made, I think Horror of Dracula would have been like a couple of years after 60 maybe, or something like that.
Now, was that the first time you had seen that film?
That was the second time, second or third time, but it's a long time since I've seen it. So a lot of the kind of smaller moments in there, and they've restored a lot of the moments that were cut out because the British censors wouldn't allow it. Now it's a 12, which is less than a PG-13.
Right.
But there are some really graphic moments, like
when
he gets shot in the face, and
yes, and the cutting off of a head.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't see it, but the hands and the eyeballs. Like for 1957, that would have been very taboo, very taboo. So it was good. It was my first time watching it, and it was very good. Like I love watching those. There's a coziness. There's an ambiance to some of these old movies with these set pieces and matte paintings, and it's just it was awesome. It was great.
Yeah, there's even a moment there which we were kind of laughing at, whereas Frankenstein's having an affair with the maid in the house.
Yes, he is.
And there's a few moments with Peter Cushing kissing this maid, and she's kind of cradling his face with her fingers, and her fingers are all nicotine stained. It's obviously the actress, because back in then everybody was smoking all the time, and her finger end, this is the detail that you see in this film, her finger ends are all kind of yellow and brown, aren't they?
They are. I thought maybe it was just like a bit of the result of the process of the 4K transfer, like something had happened maybe in the transfer. No, she's nicotined up. She is. She is. Yeah, she is.
It is. If you haven't seen it though, folks, it is a really great little Hammer film.
It is.
It definitely has whet my appetite to start getting hold of more of these.
And I'm 2 years older than Cushing was in the movie, and he looks about 32 years older than me in the film. But
it's really weird because there's a moment at the start where Melvin Hayes plays a young version of Frankenstein, and he brings in this kind of tutor to teach him all this kind of stuff, and there's a transition.
Yes.
At one point to the older Frankenstein, which is Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
Cooking.
Well, he's in it too. But
he's in it as well. And what you get is like Peter Cushing all of a sudden looks older than the tutor.
Yes. It's his bone structure. He's got very bold features, and he just looks. He's got that jaw and that. So I think he's always looked probably 10 years older than he really is.
Yeah.
But it was great.
He lived. I was pointing out to Dave tonight. He lived just over the water from me. So I live in an estuary on the east coast, and just straight over is a place called Whitstable, which is an oyster fishing village, which is where Peter Cushing lived with his wife until he died. And there's a house there with there's this kind of plaque commemorating him, and also a bench dedicated to him on the seafront.
That's really cool.
So it's really nice.
That's really cool. Yeah. He was great. He was great actor.
It's terrific.
And Christopher Lee is the monster. Is Frankenstein's monster.
Or the creature, they call him.
Or the creature.
The creature in this
the
one.
Creature.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
But no, it's great fun. If you haven't seen it, folks, you should watch it. It really is great. And that box set is just, they've done such a great job.
Well, you open it up and there's like 6 or 7 discs, and I'm like, is that? They're all the movie?
Yeah, we watch it. This version, that version, this aspect ratio. That
I'm like, oh my God, it's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, physical media is just so, that's the great things about physical media is that you can, it's tangible, you know, and you can get all sorts of great things you just don't get digitally.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Although the Via Vision, the imprint guys have let us down today, because the Halloween pumpkin box set, which they already pissed a lot of people off with. So this is the Australian pumpkin that's coming out with the 5 steel books in it of Halloween 1 to 5, and it was limited to 1,000. And I thought, you know what, I quite fancy that. So it will look great here. They then announced a few weeks later that the sales were, you know, through the roof, and they're printing another 1,000, which is not good at all. Not good. I then got an email today, which I was telling you about.
Printing another 1,000.
No, even worse than that. They're delaying shipment until Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So I've cancelled it. So there is one going for, if anybody's interested, there is one going
one left.
probably. I've just cancelled it. I'm just thinking, what's next? You know, you're doing
Yeah.
another, 500,000 of them and reducing the price to £50 or
Yeah,
something.
the more you make, the less exclusive it becomes,
Yeah, exactly.
and the less special it
Exactly.
becomes. So,
Exactly.
I think one of the things that people do is they will make 1,000 available. That 1,000 will sell like hotcakes, and then they get greedy.
Yeah.
Let's put up another 1,000, but then they struggle to sell that extra 1,000, which is what sometimes happens. And just make it 1,000 and just leave it at that.
It's like Paul H is saying here, got that imprint email too, got 10% off as an apology, but it's not 10% off the box set that you're getting.
Right.
It's 10% off a future purchase.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how
So
they
that's
get you.
so that's
It's like when you buy a pair of pants and they give you a coupon for your next purchase.
yeah,
Not
exactly.
the ones right
Yeah,
there. Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Colin, it's a beautiful box set. Yours arrived. Oh, the Frankenstein. I thought you meant the Halloween thing.
Oh.
No. Colin says it's a beautiful box set. Mine arrived yesterday. Oh, you're talking the Frankenstein thing. Yeah, it is. It's such a treat to watch it in that quality. And that's what's great about when they do these things, because it's like watching that movie again for the first time when you see it. Like, I mean, I could even spot, and you probably did as well, Dave, Cushing's face on the close-ups. You could see the makeup.
Oh yeah.
You could see the makeup on it.
Yeah, you can. There's so much detail, and just little things like when was it him or who was it that was walking up the steps and the glasses were hanging from his shirt?
Oh, it was the the professor who he wanted the brain from.
Right, but the glasses were spinning in the light and catching the studio light, but I don't know if you would notice that on an old grainy version. Like, it's so detailed, you just see everything, and every like sound effect and everything just looks so clean and clear.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
Agreed.
So we're gonna be here for a little bit longer, and we're gonna open it up to you guys. How many is there? There's 74 watching at the moment. That's
pretty good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So if anybody's got any questions, I'll go down to the bottom here. I'm not quite sure where my chat isn't coming on screen. Let me just have a look at this. But anyway, we'll read some out.
Sure.
Do you want to get one first, Dave?
Sure, yeah, let's...
One sec. Before we do that, there's a super chat from Adam Allen who says,
right.
"Hi, Darren and Dave, top lads." Sends in £2.50. Thank you very much, buddy.
Amazing, thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Appreciate that.
Do you want to get one?
Let's see here. Andrew says Dave needs to go 4K so we can get epic rants at the purest quality. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, I'm still broadcasting in 1080p.
Are you still not 4K yet?
No, I'm still using a webcam.
Are you on about, this? Sorry, I thought you meant
No,
4K at home.
Oh, no, I'm 4K at home when I watch movies, yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but broadcasting on YouTube, no, I'm still HD.
yeah.
That really crappy HD, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Pattinson says, "I need to rewatch Curse of Frankenstein. I watched Horror of Dracula again last night." Yeah, that's great. Just called Dracula over here, but in the US called Horror of Dracula. That's Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee again. Great film.
Right.
So much energy in that film. It's terrific.
Very cool.
Anything else there you see?
Let me see here. Trying to find something interesting. Let me see. A lot of people talking to each other. Darth Martow says the same things happen when you see a movie you've always seen on TV at home in a theater. Oh, I see what you're saying. You notice more. Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that happened when I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark in the theater. I went and saw the
The Fly?
No. Raiders of
When he eats
Oh,
the
that, yes. So I thought you were talking about The Fly, like, the movie. No, I just, when I saw it for its 40th anniversary, it was amazing the detail I was able to see in Raiders, a movie I've seen, 100,000 times.
Yeah.
But on the big 30-foot screen, it was completely different. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. When did you first spot The Fly?
Probably when I was a kid.
It was on VHS. It's so prominent, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. But he said it didn't. I think he said, despite the fact that it looks like I've eaten it, it didn't. Like it flew away.
Oh really?
Somewhere. I think I've heard him say that. Or maybe he did. But if he ate it, he took it like a champ, because he didn't. He didn't like step out of character. He didn't go, this is history. He didn't do any of that. He just kind of kept going. He just kept going. It was incredible.
I think I was chatting to Barry the other day. We did an episode on Return of the Living Dead it just came out 2 days ago, and I watched the 4K of Return of the Living Dead. I think it's on my shelf now, and there's something in there that I noticed for the first time, and it's great to see it.
Right.
And what it is there's a moment where one of the zombies attacks. I can't remember. It's Scuzz, is it? I think it's Scuzz.
Scuzz?
Through the door.
Scuzz.
And they cut the zombie in half. It's a female zombie. They cut her in half, and she sort of falls on top of him. And it's obviously a puppet.
Right.
But for the first time the other day, I noticed the wires, the strings that they're using to puppeteer her.
Right.
And I've never noticed that before.
before.
All the times I've watched that film, I've never spotted it.
Was it because you were watching it on a less or is it?
Sorry, we just had a super chat in there, which
Sure, yeah, super chat from All the Good Names Are Taken. This is Ronnie, probably.
It is.
He says, has Dave shit in your toilet yet? I've only been here a day, and I've done it about 74 times.
He hasn't been out of it, apart from when we watched the film.
And now. I've just been in the washroom, Ronnie.
In fact, he's on a commode, Ronnie, right now.
Right now. It's got right now. Yeah, I am. I'm pantsless right now.
Don't give Dave no. Somebody on there I think it was Zara said, Dave, has Darren shown you his Rubber Gorilla book yet? Oh, we'll get into that later.
Rubber Gorilla book?
Oh, the mask. The guy who made the mask.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she also said, have you been on the bourbon yet? No, Dave doesn't drink.
No, I do. Like, I have, and I will on like special occasions or weddings. I'll have a glass of wine or something like that. But I'm not a big drinker. I never really have been. So I usually, when I'm having a meal, I usually will get like a soft drink, like I did last night, or some water, because I find it helps. It just feels better when I eat. I know. I sound like such a diva, and I don't mean to. But I might have a drink at the convention this weekend. I might have a drink at the convention this weekend.
Why not? You'll be. It'll be interesting. You might need it.
I said Adrian.
You might need it.
Or I might need 70 drinks. You never know.
So we're going up to For the Love of Horror. We travel up tomorrow. It's a good lineup. I think it's good. I think it's a shame there's a couple of, not that I was bothered, but in terms of the people that go, a lot of people were going for Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
They have pulled out, unfortunately.
They did, yeah.
Which is a shame for the Scream fans that are going. Not a shame for Frank, obviously. He doesn't want to hear about that. We, in their place, though, we got a UK exclusive, which is Linda Blair has stepped in, and she's actually flying over to the UK. She famously doesn't. Well, I presume she's flying.
Yeah.
Unless she set off on a boat 2 weeks ago.
Well, it's possible.
Yeah.
You never know.
And she's coming over to step in,
Which is
a great thing because I don't believe she's ever done a convention.
well, and what's really cool about that is when I saw them announce that, for me, I was like, oh, that's cool. But that's because she does all sorts of cons in North America.
Yeah, yeah.
So for a North American like myself, I was just like, not a big deal. Like that doesn't feel as big of an announcement as I was expecting to hear from them. But then when I read a little further and I found out she's never done this, she's never been over here, she doesn't fly. Now I can understand why in the comments people are losing their minds.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you crazy? Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm like, yeah, that would be amazing. So for all of you that are going to the con this weekend, make sure you go and get her autograph and talk to her because she may never come back. I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
No, I think it's great, and I think we've also got Simon Pegg.
Yes.
There's a few other Scream guys there as well. I think Jamie Kennedy's there, and a couple of the other Scream guys. There's also a sort of mini Descent reunion, so a lot of the cast from the Descent are going to be there. I think Simon Pegg's only there for the Saturday, I believe.
I wonder if I qualify for that. I did do the trailer for The Descent.
You did.
So
Well,
maybe
you
a
could be,
little bit of a reunion.
You could be in that. Yeah,
I could.
Yeah, you could get in
Can you
photo.
imagine?
Like,
Who the hell is this guy? Excuse me. It's my first movie trailer I ever voiced. Do you mind if I get in there? I bring it up on the phone. See, so that's me right there.
But that's true. It was the very first trailer I voiced was for The Descent.
it was. I remember you showing it to us. Yeah. What else is going on? Oh, Alan Howarth is there as well.
That's going to be really
That's
cool.
going to be really cool. So
That's gonna be
Alan Howarth's going to be there, and he's also doing a set in the evening.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be really cool.
I think I've seen him on YouTube at other conventions, and he sets up everything. He's got his keyboards, and he just goes through his Rolodex of amazing themes. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out.
Yeah,
That's going to be cool.
No, that's going to be. I think that's going to be probably be the only chance I get to see this. I think, unless he does something at H50, you know.
We were talking about that. Where is at H50s in 3 years? You know, I mean, I not to sound morbid, but I mean, a lot of alumni are getting older, and we hope that they will all be there for 50.
Yeah.
But we were kind of thinking that 50, and I think Sean Clark has talked about this as well, that 50 maybe is kind of, you know, because I mean, beyond, I mean, I don't know. I just feel that maybe it's kind of the nice endpoint to do it, because 55 feels a little weird.
Well,
you know?
unless they come up with another couple of movies that they're able to add, you know, talent to the roster moving forward.
Right. So there's just kind of like a turnover of talent at that point.
Yeah, because you know they did well with the characters from the David Gordon Green trilogy at Halloween 40 and Halloween 45.
Right.
So you know, who knows what's down the road? I mean, the more you read online. I read something the other day, and this is probably already out there, but the guy who was sort of chaperoning the Halloween TV series along at Miramax
Yes.
had lost his job.
I heard
He'd
that.
gone, and so whether they let him go or whether he went somewhere else, I don't know. And so I think that's what stalled what's happening at the moment.
Only Malik would know.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Ryan Freeman, maybe.
With the TV series, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like that's going to happen anytime soon, if at all.
It doesn't, unless what happened with the Miramax executive
It's passed over.
has yes, and but maybe Malik, or maybe there's a bit of a wait and see with Crystal Lake. Maybe like,
Yeah,
how
could
is
be.
this going to? Is this kind of a new direction for these icons? Because I mean, do you bring back? I just don't know what you do with it. I don't know what you do that hasn't already been. I'm sure they'll figure out something, but yeah, who knows? Or maybe it's because he wanted to strike while the iron was hot. When he announced at the 50th, you had said that Malik had said, we're moving forward with this, that, and the other because we want to strike while the iron's hot. But I mean, that was what, almost 2 years ago now, or last year,
Yeah.
I guess it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he'll get to the point where he's like, you know what? Funds are looking a bit depleted now. We need to need to get on with it.
It could be.
There'll become a point where he's like, okay, let's kick this into fifth gear now. And do something. They've got to be doing something for the 50th.
in terms of like content, you mean? Like a movie
in
or-
terms of, I mean, we
you would
know the
think-
game's coming next year.
Yeah.
There's got to be something that they do. Such an opportunity.
I think it's not, but it's not Michael Myers. I would like to see a Season of the Witch series. I think that would be very cool.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. But who knows what they're gonna do?
No. Should we get another question?
Yeah. Let's
Go
do
for
that.
it.
I don't know. A lot of statements as opposed to, or comments as opposed to questions. Rock God says, "Well, he's British and I'm British, but I can't stand him." I don't know who he's talking about.
Who's that?
Rock God?
That's Nigel.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is it Peg he's on about? I watched Shaun of the Dead once. I've seen funnier funerals. I hated it.
Okay. All right.
I do like Shaun of the Dead. I'm not sure.
It's a great movie.
What's the second one? Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz. Not too big on that. I actually
Haven't seen
preferred
that
World's End to Hot Fuzz, but
I did see Shaun of the. Oh no.
you must have seen.
I saw Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah. Myers fan 73 says, "I'm crossing my fingers. Carpenter is still alive. It's still going to be alive a week on Friday. Never mind in 3 months." Yeah, that's Andrew. There's a bunch of the guys who were going to be at the convention who were all flying out, which I was invited to as well, but I just couldn't make it work, unfortunately. Are all flying out to LA next week
Right.
to see
John Carpenter in
John
concert.
Carpenter. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I'd love to have gone. I've seen him before. In London at the Troxy, and I doubt very much that he'll come to the UK again. But I can rest knowing that I have
Right.
seen him live. Have you seen him live?
I have not seen him live. No, I have not.
Yeah,
I have not.
yeah. By all accounts, the show's really good. I mean, you can watch the show online. So many people have posted it, either in the odd tracks here and there. I saw one guy had posted the whole thing. It was like an hour and a quarter video he put up. And
So you don't need to go.
You know what? So Frank and I did an episode on TSL, just a members episode, and we played 2 tracks that Frank had recorded. One was Big Trouble in Little China. One was Escape from New York.
Yeah.
And this is shaky cam. I mean, no disrespect to Frank, but it's a phone recording in the
Right.
in the audience.
Right.
We got dinged. We got dinged for playing Escape from New York.
From a cell phone.
Now, what does that tell you? Does that tell you that YouTube's incredibly sad for doing that? Or does it tell you that Carpenter's and his band are incredibly fucking good? That
It would be
the algorithm picks up on that and goes, no, you can't do this.
maybe a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, because
Yeah,
it's certainly
yeah.
not. People get really upset, like it's somebody looking for this and doing it, which is it sometimes can be, but it's usually not that immediate. That's an algorithm thing. When it's
Yeah.
immediate,
Yeah.
that's an algorithm thing that's picked up on.
It was a couple of days
something?
before it realized it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably still an algorithm thing.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
Carpenter or his team are sitting there going, "Hey, man."
Oh,
let's
he
go."
is. I
He
reckon
is?
of course he is. He's
think he
sitting
is?
there going, hang on a minute, I'm not getting any money for this.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I gotta get paid. We get paid. What's this shit? I like the way I look in that.
So when Kingslayer asks, who's worse as Michael, Chris Durand or Don Shanks? That's a
Worse
good
as
question.
Michael,
You
that
could
is
throw
a
Brad Laurie into that as well, I
Yes,
think.
that's it. And who's worse as Michael? It might have to be
Chris
like
Durand, I think.
Chris Durand. I think probably Chris Durand.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not necessarily
personal.
his fault.
No, it's
It's
not.
the way he's shot, I would say.
Right. In the way he stands.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, he's a very nice guy, I hear. But I've never particularly liked him as Michael Myers. Sorry, Barry.
Hey, Joey, good to see you. What else have we got here? Carpenter is going to start asking for royalties from all those videos from his shows. He will, of course. Yeah, yeah. what's this? Myers fan 73 says, if I can't get him to smile this time like Frank did, they'll be absolutely fecking hell on. Yeah, I've seen lots of pictures of people who've met John Carpenter over the last weekend. And I think both you and I agree that the one Frank did
Oh, it's
with
great.
him was fantastic.
Great photo. It looked like they were just hanging out at like a restaurant or something.
Yeah,
It was great.
Yeah.
It was.
You didn't look bored, Frank, if you're watching. He genuinely looked interested in whatever you were saying or whatever you'd said.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. What else?
Let me see.
Are you guys having a fry up in the morning, says James Pope. We had one this morning. We did go for a nice breakfast after we'd done the walk.
It was great.
It was lovely.
It was really nice.
Very nice.
Pat, the Halloween movie collector. Pat, the movie collector. Hey, Pat, what's going on? Says, who do you plan on meeting at the con, Dave? No one. I'm not a big meeting of celebrities. I don't have anything against it, if that's what you want to do, but I don't really, it's just not my, I don't really, I'll just leave it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody. I just go for the vibe and for the event and to soak in the festivities and check out maybe some of the vendors and just have just kind of the vibe. It would take too long to get into sort of why I'm sort of programmed that way, but it goes back to how I grew up with my dad and being part of a media family and sort of just kind of, I'm not as enamored with the celebrity of the industry as some fans sometimes are. When you know how the sausage is made, sometimes you're not as sort of involved with it, but.
I did it in the 4 years I've been going to For the Love of Horror. I've done it once, and that was David Norton from American Wolf in London.
Oh yes,
and
that was great.
Yeah, that was because
Yes.
we're.
Well, I did it once too. In 2015, I went to Fan Expo in Toronto, and I met Nick Castle because he was the OG Myers, and I had to meet Nick Castle.
And he's there this weekend as well.
He
is
that's
there.
right.
In fact, for those of you that don't know, tomorrow night they're doing a live watch along of Halloween with Nick Castle doing a commentary with Sean Clark and Christopher Nelson. So that's going to be really cool to see that.
Yes.
Because I've never heard of that happening. It's the first time.
Yes.
It's never happened before. They're also doing Terrifier
Three.
3. Is it 3?
Yes. it's
With
three.
Lauren Lavera and
Which
Elliot
I
Fulham.
watched for the first time a few days ago. So
Thoughts?
yeah.
How did you find it?
I will say that I can talk about it on my channel at some point too. I will say that, as we said, I'm not. The Terrifier films are not my kind of horror. I appreciate them for what they are, and certainly the success has been great for horror and indie horror as well. I don't think it's a bad film. I mean, I've seen bad movies. It's not a bad film, but I feel. And this is coming from somebody who, isn't maybe the target audience for it, but I feel like it's kind of peaked for me now. I think, dare I say, I liked 2 better. 3's not an awful film, but I feel I'm desensitized to what the Terrifier films are really, the gore and the gratuitous violence and the blood and the all this stuff. And it's all, I'm just kind of like, it's run its course with me. And so and there's a lot of it in Terrifier 3. And seeing it as much as I did, by the time we do get to the chainsaw scene in the bathroom, we've already seen so much gore up to that point that it didn't really hit me the way the hacksaw scene did, or the bedroom scene in 2. So hats goes off. I mean, my hat goes off to the effort and to the cast and the crew. I mean, making films is really, really hard, of course, and to the success. I think it's awesome. But for me, as an audience member, and again, it's not my kind of horror, so take that for what it's worth. But I didn't find 3 as enjoyable, as I did the first 2.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Terrifier 2 feels like a much bigger movie.
Right.
I mean,
yes.
I know it's longer,
Yeah.
but it just feels like it has more scale to it. You
Yes,
know? And I think, the climax as well is a good half an hour long, whereas the climax in Terrifier 3 feels slightly more rushed, I think.
Right. Yeah. It does. It does. It's like Terrifier 2. We had this talk. It's horror, but then it switches to horror fantasy,
Fantasy as well,
and almost and so it feels bigger and different set pieces. And 3 felt smaller, and although Art does do killing, I almost felt he was. I don't know. I don't know where it's going. But I will say this, and I said this to you in my message. I think Lauren Lavera, whatever.
Lauren Lavera.
Lauren Lavera.
I'm going to be careful. There's a journal. There's a TV presenter in the UK called Lauren Laverne. I think her name is. It's very similar.
I think Lauren Laverne. Like I think David Howard Thornton is terrific as Art. Like in terms of that character. He is Art the Clown. He's great. The issues don't have anything to do with him, like him as the performance. Lauren Lavera, I think is great. I think she's a terrific actress, and I believe her in that role. She can be emotional when she needs to be. There's nuance in her performance. So all of that part, like that part of the Terrifier dynamic and the story, I think is great. It's just sort of the as I call and have called the gimmick, the shtick, the hook of the Terrifier franchise, I think has run its course for me.
Yeah. That's interesting. Alan, I just saw your message. Physical Media Lives. Alan Meggs there. Hey, Alan. He says David Howard Thornton is appearing at a con in Dublin soon, and it's €265 to meet him and get an autograph. I think that's outrageous. That is outrageous.
€265.
Yeah,
what would that be
in pounds? That would be like £220.
So that would be about 440 Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That they must be. Oh God.
Wow. Why would he be setting that price?
I have no idea, but that sounds really. I mean, I hope you get a photograph with that as well. But I know that he was at For the Love of Horror probably 3 years ago or something. I don't think he was charging it. I think
so. That's sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
That's all right. No, go on.
I was just gonna say that's the photo op, the autograph, like that's everything.
I would hope it's a photo op. Alan doesn't say that there, but that's just that's
like if that's
ridiculous.
everything, meet and greet, photo, autograph, signed photo, maybe it's personalized. You could add it up individually and maybe it comes to about the same, maybe.
You'd want a vial of his piss for that.
But 440 Canadian dollars.
Well, that's ridiculous.
That's wild. That's like Mark Hamill level.
Don Mack says the best I can say about Terrifier 2 is it sucked less than Terrifier 1. Haven't seen number 3. Kingslayer says yes, Terrifier 4 should literally be the final chapter. How do you feel? Do you think we've had this conversation with Cecil? I know that, but do you think it will be bigger than 3?
Yes, Cecil Laird of the Horror Show and I have a friendly disagreement on this. I think I don't know if he's changed his mind since, but Cecil thinks that it could be or likely will be as big, if not bigger, than Terrifier 3 because of how much money 3 made. $90 million, at the box office. There's always a chance, of course, that it could be bigger, but it wouldn't surprise me. And it might surprise others, but it wouldn't surprise me if Terrifier 4 did 60 million or 75 million and did less, simply because 3 was the first wide release for the franchise. 2 was a minimal release in certain, cities, and then 1 was not released at all in terms of theatrically. So I think 3 was also the introduction to the franchise for a lot of people, and a lot of people, because of the shtick and the gimmick and the the hook, there were people that were taking their grandparents and their wives, pretending it was a romantic comedy or it's a nice Christmas movie. There was a whole thing around it. So the question then becomes, out of that 90 million, what are the first-time Terrifier experiencers in terms of an audience? Are they going to come back? Did they like it enough to return? Or are they like, oh, this is what it is, I'm out.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't surprise me if it made more, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if it made less. So
Blake says, this is awesome. One of my favorite YouTubers and Dave in the same room.
Of course. Well, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I'm right there with you. You know, I feel the same way. Exactly.
Good to see you, Blake. Neil says, surely it keeps going until Art ends up in space.
Well, it
Who
might
knows?
if
He's going to hell, isn't he, I think?
yeah, and if see at the moment Leone has everything. Well, him and his producing partner, Falcone or whatever his
Yeah,
name
yeah.
is, they own everything. And so maybe if Damien Leone, the next film he does away from the Terrifier, if his career takes off and he begins to have a little bit of a career, maybe he will step back, loosen the reins on the IP a bit, and let others step in, and then do a Terrifier 5 and 6 and 7, and he's just on as a producer or something.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
I think he will go away. He'll do maybe 1 or 2 other films,
Right.
and it'll be back to Terrifier.
There's the
I think
prediction.
that's his wheelhouse. I think that
Okay.
he'll
stay within that.
Yeah, I think you've got to remember that. I think if he goes to do something else, another film, a completely different movie, not a horror film or something
Right.
like that, people are going to need reminding who he is
Who he is. Yeah.
outside of the horror,
Right.
you know, because he's less famous than Art the Clown is
Right. That's true.
as a director.
That's true.
And when you sort of say, "Oh, this is an action movie from the director of Terrifier,"
You're
know,
going to
like-
expect Terrifier level
Yeah,
action.
yeah.
That's
It's going to be tough for him. It's going
Yeah.
to be tough. And I just think that he will have he'll have 1 or 2 movies that will be kind of either moderately or
right.
successful
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah.
And then it'll be back to his comfort zone.
So he'll do Terrifier 5.
Yeah. It'll be something like along those lines.
But where do you go? Like, what does the audience think of this? I mean, where do you? Because we were having this conversation. I mean, not to repeat, but Terrifier 3 is so gory with so many things happening. What else do you? Again, part of the shtick is that pushing the limits, pushing the boundaries. You know, he does kill a kid in Terrifier 3. He just doesn't show it on screen. I mean, barring killing children on screen, like, and I mean this. I mean the chainsaw scene in the bathroom. I mean that, but with kids. So barring doing that, or barring doing that with animals,
Where do you go?
where do you go?
Yeah.
That can shock the audience all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do.
You can't. I don't think that's it. I don't. No one wants to see that.
No, I don't want to see kids getting, hacked up like that.
He pushed it as far as I think he could take it in the last Terrifier film
Yeah.
with the kids stuff.
And so what usually ends up happening is that when you've hit the line and you realize there's nowhere left to go, you go back and you just do more of it.
Yeah.
And that's where I thought 3 was. 3 was not really crossing any line or pushing any line or further. It was just more of it, and therefore I became desensitized earlier. So
Yeah. Brandon says, has there ever been a horror franchise that was not beaten to death? Terrifier is going to go on until the wheels drop off, and then it will go on its rims. That's a good way of putting it.
yeah.
Has there been a horror franchise that has not been beaten to death?
Well,
Ooh. A franchise. So we're talking more than 2.
More than 2.
Or more than 1.
More than 1.
Yeah.
A franchise, more than 1, that hasn't been beaten to death. Um,
I'm looking around my room here.
that's a good idea, actually. I don't know. Chat's probably going to say. They're usually always on it. A horror franchise
That's a great question.
hasn't been beaten to death. And define beaten to death, like
Well, like it's run
it's just
course,
it's just like there's so it's
done.
just jump the shark. I think could be a good part of it.
Yeah. Kingslayer says urban legend. With Bloody Mary. I mean, the second and third were pretty
never saw
terrible, weren't they?
I never saw them.
Yeah. James Pope says got one. Halloween.
The Collector franchise, says David Doherty.
That's interesting because there has only been 2.
Right. Isn't there a third one coming?
There is a third coming, which the guys got the funding to finish what they'd started, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Zara says Evil Dead.
I'm not a big Evil Dead fan in general.
I kind of agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
Because
But they've almost half soft rebooted a couple of times. So
they've reinvented it a few times, and I
Yeah.
think it's
Or
been
reinvented,
successful. I guess the TV show kind of ran its course. 3 seasons of that. It was getting incredibly repetitive, but it's still, they're doing 2 more movies
yeah.
at the moment, and the last one was decent. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it's still got legs.
Yeah, maybe it does.
that's an interesting one. Sleepaway Camp, says Tommy G.
Well, they're remaking it. Isn't the guy who directed the original coming back to direct a remake of it?
Jesus.
How do you end the movie? I mean, today's day and age, you can't end it like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kingslayer says they're doing a Final Destination 7. I would argue that is beaten to the death now.
Final Destination has been beaten.
Hills Have Eyes. They've only ever done 2 of those, haven't they?
Yeah, I never saw the
twice.
second one.
2 of them twice. I get it. Maybe the part 2s of both iterations though were
Yes.
poor. The thing is that you can't think. It's difficult to think of something because if something's that good, they make another
They do.
until it runs its course. They just again. Beat
Well, it's
it to
Black
death.
Christmas. We, of course, there's no sequels except for ours, you know. But we ended it. We didn't.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Shameless plug.
Conjuring. Somebody says.
Uh,
I don't know. They kind of. Yeah. Piranha.
Piranha.
Piranha Double D or whatever it was called. The last
Yeah.
one.
Neil Rook says, or Rook says, Dave, welcome to England. How has your trip been so far? Have you enjoyed a full English breakfast yet, or some fish and chips? I just had a regular. I don't. What would be a full English breakfast? I just had eggs and bacon and toast this morning, which I don't think that's kind of.
And he was so Canadian, he had to ask for some, or so North American, I should say, and wouldn't let the waitress go away until she gave him some peanut butter to go with his bacon and eggs.
Not on my bacon and eggs, on the toast. On the toast. But she thought I said vegan butter.
She did.
And I said, no, peanut butter. I'm a big peanut butter person. Fish and chips. Well, we were at a place where there were. I was going to have fish and chips tonight.
Yeah.
And then where we went, they weren't serving dinner after 4 p.m.
Yeah, they finished.
So we went down the street to this other really cool place, but they served a ton of stuff. And then I saw this delicious looking burger on the menu, so I got a burger. But it was very good. It was very good. It was very good.
David Doherty says, A Nightmare on Elm Street, only for the fact we desperately need a new one. Haha, I would argue it had been beaten to death, but it's time for a comeback.
Oh, but it has been beaten to death.
Yes, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It has.
I mean, you know, no screaming while the bus is in motion. Oh, it's awful. Awful.
Stay away from the beans, says Andrew Stevens.
Okay, I'll stay away from the
Not any
beans.
beans yet, have we?
No, beans. I like
No
beans,
beans.
though. I like beans. I'm gonna eat a ton of beans before I go to the convention. so I can just walk, I can fart, and then just walk away.
Excuse me. Oh, dear. Need some black pudding on the breakfast, Dave. That's one
black
thing you
pudding?
didn't have. Black pudding is like a solidified pig's blood that you slice up.
Wow. That's pretty intense. It's pretty intense for breakfast, guys.
It's an acquired taste. It's
Okay.
an acquired taste.
Well, I mean, I could give it a shot. I did have squid for the first time last night. Of course, it was battered squid. But
Yeah. Tommy G, do you want to get the one from Tommy G?
sure.
76?
Tommy G says if there was an 80s slasher movie you could make a sequel of what would it be? An 80s slasher movie, one that doesn't have a sequel? I know what Darren's going to say. I think.
Yeah.
I assume you mean where there's only one movie that never had a sequel.
There are 3 that I would choose.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first. Okay. Well, I'll let you because I think I know what you're going to say. 80s slasher didn't have a sequel.
I would say, while Dave's thinking about his, I will say The Burning, The Prowler, and My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, yeah. I knew you were going to say The Burning.
Either one of those, I would love to see a sequel of.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a very good question. I'm not sure. Because I don't want to see a sequel to Don't Go in the Woods. It's just
Don't Go in the Woods.
dreadful film.
Awful movie.
Dreadful movie. I don't know. I can't. I'm having a brain fart. I can't think of eight because I thought of The Burning and The Prowler as well, but I don't want to repeat it. So I'm not sure. I'd think on that one.
What about Canadian slasher?
Oh yeah, Curtains, The Brood.
But Bruce,
Is it
not really a
Canadian?
slasher. Yeah, it is, but it's not really a slasher.
No,
is
it's
it?
not. It's
uh,
not. But
body
Curtains.
horror.
Curtains.
Curtains. Oh, Visiting Hours.
Visiting Out. Scanners.
Scanners.
Scanners is Canadian.
But not really a slasher.
Not really
Yeah.
a slasher. No,
No,
no, it's not. No.
You just you'll be like Strange Brew.
Yeah, Strange Brew.
Terror Train as well. That's Canadian.
Oh, it
isn't
is. It
Yeah.
is. Oh, it's awful.
But that's had a remake and
Yeah.
a sequel remake.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I've never been able. I don't think it's not. It's not like a terribly made film. I just don't find it. I just find it boring. I don't particularly like.
Yeah, no, I'm not a Terror Train. I know Brandon's a big Terror Train
Yeah.
fan, but
No. I'm not a big fan.
Don't Go in the House is a great film. It was originally called The Burning. What?
Don't Go in the House. Where's?
Funhouse. Toby G76 says Funhouse. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Prom Night did have plenty of sequels. Darth Martau had 3 sequels, I think. I think they went up to Prom Night 4, if I remember. Certainly Prom Night 3.
Tourist Trap.
Tourist Trap. Yeah, that was the. Is that Canadian?
No, I don't think
No,
so. But
no.
it was Erwin Yablonza did it.
That was Toby Hooper, right?
No, I don't think so.
Tourist Trap.
Was Tourist Trap Toby Hooper? I don't think so.
What's the one Toby Hooper did with the
Toolbox Murders?
with no he did the one with
did that later.
Robert Englund in the mid 70s with the alligator. It was all shot on a set. I'm sure it was called Tourist Trap.
I don't think, unless there's 2 of them.
The chat room will tell us.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking. Oh, I can't even do it. It was a '79 film, not an '80s film. Tourist Trap. That's the one I was thinking of.
Tourist Trap.
Yeah, 1979. It might not even. It was directed by David Schmoller.
I'm sure Eaten Alive. Now, just Google for me, Dave. Was Eaten Alive called Tourist Trap at any point?
Okay.
I seem to think that there was a point where
1976.
yeah.
All right.
I seem to think that Eaten Alive had many titles. It had quite a few titles.
Here we go. You were close. Eaten Alive, known under various alternate titles, including Death Trap,
Death Trap. That's
Horror Hotel,
yeah.
and Starlight Slaughter.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
There you go.
It was Death Trap, not Tourist Trap. Okay. Yeah.
That was Toby Hooper, yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Englund, wow.
Physical Media Live says, I'm seeing Del Toro's Frankenstein in the cinema on Sunday week. Is it something you guys will be? Yes, definitely. And I hear good things as well. I saw a few reviews online the other day.
Yeah. That was shot in Toronto as well. I actually saw the big boat they built for the set was in the Toronto harbor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very cool.
But will it be as good as The Curse of Frankenstein? It'll certainly be longer, I know that.
It will, and have that Del Toro, not Del Toro. Why am I blanking on the director's name again?
It is Del Toro.
It is Del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. But
For
there's
some
2
reason-
Frankensteins at the moment, though, because there's the there's the Bride, the
Oh,
Maggie
right.
Gyllenhaal one, isn't there? Which
Right.
doesn't look as good as
No.
Del Toro's one. Let's put it
No.
that way.
No.
Starlight Slaughter sounds like a musical, says Neil Rook. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And Johnny's there. Hey, Johnny says it was called Death Trap. Yeah, I got them mixed up. Death Trap, Tourist Trap. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Who cares?
Is graduation day Canadian? I can't remember whether it is or not.
Graduation day. Ooh,
It
that's a
could
good one.
be. It could.
Might be.
It could be. Myers Fan 73 says, I would like to have watched all the Elm Street movies in 4K this week, but as lowly Brits still have to wait another 2 weeks.
It's American.
It's American, okay.
Graduation day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's another couple of weeks before that's out, isn't it, Andrew? Bit of a pain. Is it out in Canada at the moment?
What one's that?
The box set of 4K Elm Streets.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's out in the U.S., it'll be out here.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
out here. Out home, back
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Andrew also says Netflix movies equals glossy shite. I'd rather have the Hammer 4K re-release any day of the week. And Brandon says The Bride looks like it's either going to be amazing or will win all the Razzies.
Ooh.
I shouldn't say it, but I kind of agree with that. I wasn't blown away by that trailer whatsoever.
You haven't watched it yet. What did you guys think of the trailer for Sam Raimi's new film, Send Help, with Rachel McAdams? I think that looks great.
Good question.
I think it looks
I
great.
saw the poster and I liked the poster,
Yeah.
but I haven't looked at the...
trailer. I love the trailer. I thought it looked really good.
Daz says, I'll probably love The Bride, but I also like Joker 2. Which I haven't watched yet. I haven't watched Joker 2. My Bloody Curse of Frankenstein was sent to Japan by... Japan? By Royal Mail by accident. It's on the way back now. I can't repeat what I said in my email to them. Alan, you did get to see it in the cinema recently, though, didn't you? They did a screening in Dublin, I remember you telling me, which I'd love to have seen on the big screen. They did a Q&A in London last week, which is online with Melvin Hayes, who played the young kid, the young Frankenstein in it,
Right, yeah.
who's still alive. Well, obviously, if they did a Q&A with him, but... he's old now. He's definitely in his 80s or something. And if you were lucky enough to get your order in for this box set early enough, you got a signed photo of him and Peter Cushing.
That's really cool.
Which was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Wow.
What else have we got? Do you want to pick one, Dave?
Yeah, Brandon says Send Help looks awesome. It looks like he's back to making twisted humor horror with this one. Darth Martow says, I'm on board for Psycho Rachel McAdams. It looks good. I think you'll like the trailer.
So what, as a YouTuber and a filmmaker, are you looking forward to Shelby Oaks?
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to, just as a horror fan too, just seeing sort of what he's able to do. I think it's really cool that he's I mean, obviously he had and has a huge following. And so I think he raised something like $1.3 million on Kickstarter, which the film I think ended up costing more because I think Neon put some in when Flanagan came on.
Yeah.
And they went out and maybe reshot some stuff to zhuzh it up, as they like to say over here. And so I use that all the time now. And people are like, sorry, what? What up? What are you talking about? But there's so many people that have said that I've been watching Chris since. I've known of Chris Stuckman for a couple of years, but I didn't watch him. I don't, you know what I mean? But I think it's really cool, and that he became as big as he did in the online space, and then was able to leverage that, raise so much money, which then caught the eyes of other people in the space, and he's made a film, and the trailer looks cool. It looks interesting. It looks like a movie I would definitely watch. Whether I'm gonna like it or whether it's gonna be good, I don't know. But certainly the trailers make it look competently made, well put together. It's a passion project for him. So I know, like how the house on Port Robinson Road is a big thing for me. I think Shelby Oaks is it's based on a true story, not in his life like mine, but it's something he's always wanted to explore
Yeah.
for years and years, I think. And there's something about Chris's relationship with his own sister that I think is paralleled sort of in the film or something like that. So, you know, he's put a lot of himself into it. And I think that's really cool. And I wish him the best. I hope it is successful because it, like Terrifier, though that's a different type of horror, the more indie films do well, the better that is for all indie filmmakers.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool.
I mean, the YouTubers that I've seen that have seen it.
Well, the Filippo brothers too. The
Filippo brothers.
I mean,
yeah,
incredible.
they're amazing job.
Yeah,
those
sorry, go ahead.
guys. No, the YouTubers that I know that have seen it.
Right.
Cody. There was somebody else as well. The guy that Cody. Oh God, I follow his channel. I can't remember now.
Probably Sean Chandler.
Yes, Sean
Yeah.
Chandler.
Yeah.
They both loved it and have really endorsed it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was just because, well, we all know what, you know, Cody speaks his mind, doesn't he?
He does.
Doesn't
He
care
does.
whether people are offended or not. He got himself into a bit of a tangle with the guys who did the Winnie the Pooh movie.
I remember
that
that.
time because he
I
was
remember
very
that.
critical about that.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't care, and he really liked Shelby Oaks.
He did. He did. And so I hope it does well. Like I hope it takes, and it's being released next weekend, I think, or something like that. Very close to
It is.
Halloween.
It's very soon, isn't it? It's, yeah.
And look, you got Neon, so you have that support. I mean, to have that level of support and that kind of backing and the access to those resources that comes
Yeah.
with, and a name like Mike Flanagan, is going to.
So has Flanagan produced it?
He's come on board as a producer, yeah.
Okay.
So to have that name recognition and that support from Neon, who's hot right now with all of their Osgood Perkins stuff, I think is huge.
Yeah.
For Chris. So
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Cool. Thoughts on the Silent Night, Deadly Night remake coming soon? Why not? I bring it on. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Rowan Campbell.
The reviews out of where did it play? Fantastic Fest, was it?
I think it was.
Yeah. Were great. Everybody seemed to really enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's
and
cool.
I do sort of worry that I think it'd be good to see him do something else because I think he is a talented actor.
Right.
Although in The Monkey, I wasn't that keen on him in The Monkey.
Oh, he was in The Monkey.
He's in The Monkey as well.
I still haven't seen The Monkey, so I don't know.
In a terrible wig. The Monkey's fine. The first half is really good.
Yeah.
When the kids get older, it's not so good. I hope it does well.
Yeah, he's kind of becoming a scream king.
Yeah.
You know, in some ways, he's doing so much horror, but he is a good actor, and I hope he explores other areas. But and I think they're releasing Silent Night, Deadly Night unrated as well. I think.
Oh, are they really?
I think, at least in North America, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's great. If that's his niche and that's what he wants to do moving forward, that's brilliant.
Right.
I'm happy for him if he wants to do that. But I do look at people like Samara Weaving, who has got herself kind of caught in this horror stuff now that she can't seem to get out of. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because she's a great actress.
Yeah.
But she's kind of caught in this horror world, which is great.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see her do something
else
outside of that.
Yeah.
Because she could be
She's a good actress too.
another Margot Robbie or something.
She could be.
You know?
She could be.
So
Speaking of Rowan Campbell too, he was also and horror. He was also in a music video with what's her name, something Carpenter and Jenna Ortega,
okay.
and it was a horror themed. Like there was a lot of stuff going on, and he was like killed at the end or something. But it's like there's a horror theme to it. So he's really in this horror mode, you know, doing a lot of stuff. But you know.
No, I think I think he's talented, and I think he got, you know, whatever you think of Halloween Ends,
Yeah.
and his character,
Yes.
and the way the movie went.
Yeah.
I don't think he put in a poor performance at all.
No.
I thought he was decent. I thought it was really good. And to see him at Halloween 45, you know, when Sean announced that he was going to be there at Halloween 45, I was thinking, oh my God, because all you would hear was fans shitting on him all the time.
Oh, yeah, they're
just
ripping
shitting on him.
Yep.
And when we turned up, Frank will vouch for this. Pat was in the chat as well. He had one of the longest queues all weekend.
Wow.
People wanting his autograph
Yeah,
and wanting to meet him, despite the vitriol that was going on about Halloween Ends.
Despite that, speaking of Halloween Ends, there it is right there, right in the.
It's a placeholder at the moment now. I know
I
what
see.
poster's going in there, but it hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's Halloween Ends again. Eden Lake, by the way, folks. I watched Eden Lake for the first time last week. If you have not seen Eden Lake, whew, it's great. Dark, disturbing, but great.
It's. I recommended it to Dave. I knew that he would enjoy it, given the type of movie that it is.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It is tough. It is tough. And I watched it back to back with High Tension on Saturday morning.
Yeah,
And I had to kind of...
that's a double whammy of
It
joyfulness.
is. Frank and I did 2 episodes. We did Eden Lake and High Tension. 3 and Dead Zone as well we've recorded. Andrew, your episode is recorded. It's not edited yet, but it will be up on the channel after For the Love of Horror, so you'll see it fairly soon. But we had a great time. We haven't done a best and worst of since the summer, since Back to the Future, back in June or July.
Oh wow, that's wild.
Because we've been doing a lot of live stuff, and we decided that we're going to get back to doing a few more of these, and we did those 3. We recorded them on Sunday.
That's great.
But Eden Lake, I hadn't seen it for it was when it came out 17 years ago. For those of you that don't know, it's a British horror movie. Michael Fassbender, Jack O'Connell, who's the villain in Sinners. And soon to be in the Bone Temple as well.
Yeah, he's great.
He's terrific in it. It is just one of these unfortunate couple go on holiday, get caught up with a gang of kids. Something happens and the kids really turn on them. And, I think it's the most brutal British horror movie of all time. I can't think of anything else that's as bad as this film in terms of offering you no comfort, no let up, no redemption.
Yes.
Barely. Well, there is a little bit of redemption, but barely.
Yes. Yeah.
It is just an absolute
well,
nightmare.
yeah, and when it ends, you're like, that's it? I guess
That's
that's it.
Gonna leave it like that.
I'm just gonna leave it like that? I think I had finished it at like 11 o'clock my time, and I knew you were, asleep because you're so far ahead of me. But I left you a message anyway because I had to talk about it right away. It was just incredible. Just very dark, very dark.
Yeah,
and really
but
enjoyed
good,
it.
but well made.
So good, so
and
well made.
if that's how horror movies are supposed to make you feel at the end,
Yes.
it's done its job.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
exactly that.
Because you're really thinking that with everything that's going on and this person is going through, surely
Yeah,
there has to be a moment.
yeah. No, there isn't. It is
there isn't.
brutal. I mean, look, there's a love a bleak ending, says Adam. Let's not talk about Eden Lake. I know Andrew was telling me the other day that he can't stand to watch it.
Oh, that's
Love a bleak
understandable.
ending. Jack O'Connell is brilliant in Eden Lake. He is. Eden Lake is depressing as hell, says Van Dutch. It is.
Yeah.
Jack O'Connell is Jimmy Savile in 28 Years Later. Let me see now. I recently watched Dead Man's Shoes with my sister. Dead Man's Shoes is another great British horror film. I mean, thriller, more so thriller. It does kind of turn a little slashery in the last 20 minutes.
Right.
It's great.
Yeah.
Made me not want kids, says Neil. Yeah. Eden Lake is a terrific film, but not one that I want to watch very much at all.
Does Neil mean it's made him not want the kids he currently has?
I don't know. But, I've never had kids either, and oh my
same.
God. Neil says still rather spend time with those kids rather than the Goonies. Yeah,
Come on.
The Goonies always bites me on the arse. It really
Goonies
does.
is great.
Brandon says I still haven't watched. Oh, watch it, Brandon. Honestly,
good.
I think you'll really like. It's so well made.
Yeah.
It's got a feel of The Descent about it because it's edited by the same guy, and it also is the same composer did the
Right.
music for The Descent.
Yes.
So it has that feel of that kind of resurgence of Brit horror in the early noughties or mid noughties. With we had 28 Days Later, we had 28 Years Later, we had Eden Lake, we had Dog Soldiers, The Descent, all these great British horror films that came along at the same time.
Yeah.
And like I said, Eden Lake, I can't think of
I think
a
it's
more
2008. I think. Is
yeah,
what
it is. Yeah. I think I can't think of a more brutal British horror movie. I really can't. Yeah.
Brutal stuff indeed.
Eden Lake is an excellent piece of filmmaking. That's the problem. It is because with a film like that and with the tone and the themes, you expect something to be a little bit more kind of shoddily put together and more sleazy than what it actually.
Yes, exactly. But it's so, and the performances are terrific.
Yeah.
Really, really good, and you just want to beat the crap out of those kids.
Yeah.
Great performance.
Paul says would rather watch Eden Lake than something like Threads. Well, I think
Threads.
so. Threads is, and I have it up there on Blu-ray somewhere. I'm not going to sit you down and watch Threads tonight, Dave, because you'll just go home. You'll just leave. You won't want to be here. And we're going. We're going up to the part of the country fairly near where that takes place as well.
All right.
Threads is about. It was a BBC movie set in the 1980s.
Okay.
About a nuclear bomb being dropped on a northern city in this country.
I think you've talked about this.
It was the British. It was the US had a similar film called The Day After.
Right.
Around the same time, but the British movie, which is much better,
Right.
I think it's more horrific because again, there's just no upside to it whatsoever.
Right.
The bomb happens, and then you've just got total devastation, and those that survive die a slow and painful, agonizing death from the fallout for the rest of the movie.
Brutal.
It's horrific. It really is.
Yeah.
But a movie I think everybody should watch.
Yeah.
Everybody should watch.
Yeah.
Okay, the greatest British horror film of all time is The Wicker Man, in my opinion, says Alan. Christopher Lee is absolute peak. I love The Wicker Man, I do.
It is a good movie.
Yeah, it's a great film. Really, really, really cool movie. A great box set that came out last year. Not British, but French. Inside, another bleak movie. Yeah. Like I said, we watched High Tension. Came out around the same time as Inside. Well, a few years before Inside. But High Tension, you're a fan of High Tension.
Love High Tension.
Yeah.
Great film.
And a movie that High Tension, we talk about this on the episode that's coming out tomorrow. A movie that a lot of people, it's very divisive. A lot of people are kind of, they go with it or they just say, I loved it until the ending. Then it just threw me. It was crap. It didn't make sense. Blah, blah, blah. That movie deserves multiple watches. Knowing what you know after you've seen it for the first time, it's so much easier watching it a second time because it feels like a really linear horror movie until those last few moments.
Right.
But then it's like, hang on a minute, I don't understand. You watch it again, all the moments slot into place.
That's right.
It's so well done.
Yeah, it is.
And, and Alex Archer, great director.
Incredible.
Hills of Eyes, Piranha, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. High Tension. Yeah, it's a great film. And there's a, there's a kind of movie
It's a
where
grubby film.
Yeah, it's either you're either going to go with it when what happens, or it's going to lose you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blake says, Darren, have you seen a British movie, Extro? If not, I have seen Extro. I own Extro. Extro's a British video nasty. It was on the video nasties list.
Very cool.
It's not very good.
Okay, it's not very good. All right.
Within half an hour, a woman gives birth to a fully grown man.
Within the first half hour.
Within the first half hour.
A fully grown man.
A fully grown man, yeah.
A natural childbirth? That must have hurt. That must have hurt, ladies and gentlemen.
Brandon, show him Threads. No, we're going to bed on Threads.
Yeah.
Not we. I mean, Dave ain't going to bed on Threads.
Darren and I are having a marathon of Threads, Cannibal Holocaust, the unrated cut.
Yeah, and we're going to watch Eden Lake again.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's gonna be a joyous occasion.
Brandon says Europe's really seemed to lead the world in horror during the noughties. They did, because there was all that French extremity and all the British stuff coming out. There was some really cool stuff. And what I liked about High Tension was the fact that, because the 90s for me, horror wasn't that strong. I know you had Scream, and I know, but in comparison to the 80s,
Right.
there just wasn't the volume of horror at all.
No, horror had sort of kind of meandered off there.
There were more
for a while. Thrillers, like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah.
Which I think they're remaking too. Aren't they? Isn't there a trailer out there for that now? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a trailer out for it?
I think there is. I think.
Okay. But so when High Tension came along, I watched that and I just thought, this is great. This just reminds me of one of those grubby little 80s video nasties that I used to watch, you know, but really well made.
Yeah.
So I was on board straight away.
Yes.
David Doherty says, Darren, have you seen Severance with Danny Dyer? British horror movie, well worth a watch. I have, a long time ago, but you can get this one, Dave. Favorite Diane Keaton movie?
Favorite Diane Keaton movie? Oh God!
I watched Father of the Bride the other day when Diane Keaton passed, which
so
is
great
fun.
I think First Wives Club was really funny too. Yeah. I know I'm not the target demographic for it, but I thought it was. I think she's quite good in most things she's in, and so I'd have to. I don't know, because I haven't seen every Diane Keaton movie. So, but
Godfather? I don't know.
Yeah. But Father of the Bride is a good one because I adore Steve Martin, and I think their chemistry together was quite good.
Yeah.
So,
Terrific.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Good choice.
I just found out today because they published how she passed, which is really sad. But she never married. She had two adopted kids, never married.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is it was interesting. I thought that she would have been married.
How did she pass?
It was pneumonia. Yeah, very sad. Very sad. Pat says, I know you're a Kiss fan, Darren. TMZ is reporting Ace Frehley on life support. Oh, really? Oh, that's really sad. I'm devastated. Yeah.
Now, was he...
He was one of the... He was a guitarist.
A guitarist, okay.
Yeah. And he had been in and out of the band over the years.
Yeah.
They would when they took the makeup off. I don't think he was part of that after that period.
Okay.
Then they put the makeup back on. He came back in the 2000s, I think, or the mid 90s, and he kind of still was in touch with the band and came backwards and forwards. He did the Unplugged session with them, which was fun. Right. But yeah, that's too bad. That's a big loss if he passes. Let's have a look at it. Besides the big three franchises, what other movies you guys like to watch during Halloween? Trick or treat, trick or treat as well.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't really. There really isn't anything that I. Because when Halloween season comes around, I don't feel compelled to watch a bunch of scary movies. I know that sounds weird, but some people are really into it. Like it's Halloween time, we're going to watch one Halloween movie, like one horror movie, a day, right?
Well, Chester's it was Fear Fest, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know Chester. There really isn't anything that I go to. I'll watch, like the other day I watched Eden Lake. You know what I mean? Like I'll just watch anything, but I'm not really associating it with the time of year.
Because we watch horror films all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's just it. I'm always talking horror and into horror, and so it doesn't feel... Because horror is so much a part of my life, even with the movies that I've made, the movie I want to make, like all this stuff, it's so much... It doesn't feel like... Halloween is a special kind of year to watch horror movies because they're just kind of always there.
Yeah.
So I'll watch anything.
Creep Show. That's a good one to watch.
That's a good one.
around
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah.
definitely,
Because you get a bunch of different little
Yeah.
stories. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Johnny says a week to go till we get our Martyrs 4K. Darren, yeah, I saw.
Oh, that's the other one we're watching.
Martyrs,
Martyrs,
that's a tough one. Yeah, Johnny's going to be for the love of horror as well. Johnny, and I told you about Johnny and Steph. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
David Doherty says not exactly a horror, but The Crow is perfect for me.
Okay, The Crow.
And Daz kind of feels the same way you do. Says never understood why horror fans get hyped up in October. It's like a Christmas lover watching Christmas films all years.
Yeah, and I think it's cool if you do. It feels maybe a little extra special because of the kind of year, but I don't really have I don't have any traditions. I don't have, like the Halloween films. I don't sit down and watch the Halloween movies around Halloween time.
Maybe on the channel.
Yes, exactly. Not that I wouldn't watch them, but I don't have any usual traditions that I do. It's just it's just a free for all. Whenever I feel like it.
Yeah. Blake says, Dave, what's your favorite zombie movie? I've recently done a 180 on Day of the Dead. I really like it now.
I'm not a big zombie guy in terms of movies, but I will say the original Dawn of the Dead is great. I even like the remake. I think that was a solid remake.
Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead, yes. Also, I know they're not zombies, but the 28 Days films, zombie adjacent, I guess maybe or whatever. Those are that's great. And they run, and so it's scary. Yeah.
Alan says Abigail is one of the most rewatchable horrors ever. I love Abigail.
Abigail's great. I went to the theater to see it.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen it since the theater actually.
Same.
But I really did like it, and a lot of people were disappointed by it. I thought it was great fun.
It was great.
I really did. Think
Barrera was great in it too.
Yeah, and she looked incredible in that film.
She did.
Completely different to what she looked like in Scream.
Yes.
She looked like she was a lot more mature, and she was incredible.
Maybe happier.
Probably, yeah.
No, it was a good film. I enjoyed it.
Let's have a look. We'll just take a couple more because it's 10:30 over here at the moment. We've got a bit of a journey tomorrow, so need to be up early. Fright Night is a new addition to my yearly watch. I've also fallen in love with Exorcist 3. Both great films. Both fantastic films.
Exorcist 3 is so great. Yeah.
Kingslayer says, worst of 1989, Halloween 5, Jason Takes Manhattan, or Elm Street 5?
Worst. Which is worst? I can't I always take the fun out of it. It always depends on what we're measuring, because they're all bad, but in their own ways. But I would say I'm leaning towards maybe Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, I think that would be for me. Even though it kind of, it taints my childhood with me getting fleeced by that VHS that I bought.
Yeah.
Jason Takes Manhattan all day, says Vadam's Vengeance. What is Darren cooking, Dave, for supper? We had
shit.
Shit?
Yeah, there's a lot of it on the sidewalk with a cherry on top.
We're already eating tonight.
We have.
We went out to a restaurant, which was nice.
Yeah, it was very good.
And although Dave brought me a bag of Canadian goodies over, which
I did.
I'm looking forward to getting stuck into with some cheaties.
Cheesies. Hawkins cheesies.
Cheesies. Hickory sticks.
Sticks. Ketchup potato chips. Coffee Crisp, a chocolate bar. Coffee Crisp.
Yeah. Big
crispy,
bite.
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big. That was
because these are all chocolate bars. Mr. Big, Coffee Crisp, Crispy Crunch, Wonder Bar. And then I brought a Mars bar and an Aero bar, which you can get over here as well. They are actually English,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
sometimes there's a bit of a difference in how they're made. So I just thought that might be kind of fun to taste a Canadian version. Oh, and then I brought you over
The box of chocolates.
Laura
as well.
Secord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
very
were
nice.
lovely. Three of us were eating those last night.
Oh yes,
right?
yeah, they are delicious.
For those of you that missed the photograph earlier on, this was Dave and I on London Bridge yesterday.
It is true. I am a hobbit. That's not actually true, folks. I'm not actually that short. It was just for all show. Because you know somebody out there is going,
Oh, he really is that tiny.
That's really
man.
interesting. Pumpkin spice catty. It says, my mum used to say this to me when I was a kid. And we'd
Okay.
go, Mum, what's for tea? And she'd go, shit with sugar on.
shit with sugar on? That's
He
so
just
funny.
fed shit with sugar on in the chat.
That's so
It must
funny.
be a northern.
It has to be an English thing. Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Look at that.
I know.
Could Dave get childcare on the bus?
If something happens to me, I have to be taken to the children's hospital. That's what it's all about. It's so funny. I just had to. When you were doing the selfie, I had to get right down into frame. This is going to be great. People are going to think you're either a giant or I'm Warwick Davis.
Oh, that's just the average Canadian, says Mean Gene.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's it.
Oh dear. Right, folks. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, this was fun.
We're going to be up early. We're going to set off to Manchester. Those of you that are going to be there tomorrow night, we'll see you there. If you're over there over the weekend, we'll see you there. Don't be shy. Come up and say hello.
Yes, please do.
We're just going to be hanging out. That's it.
That's right. Yeah.
And we'll be there from tomorrow for the Friday party. We'll be there Saturday party, and Sunday. We're not going to do the Sunday party, I don't think.
No.
I don't even know what the Sunday party is. There's something happening Sunday evening. There's a couple of screenings, but we won't be there for that. But it'll be good to see you guys if you're around.
Indeed.
So, anything you want to say before we go?
No, thanks for having me on. It's really cool to see sort of your, where the magic happens from this side of the camera and the monitors, and it's great. Like I love all the physical media, and there's 5 Michael Myers masks behind here, and there's some. It's really awesome, and it's a great space. I like that it's painted blue, and there's some nice bluish. It's great. It's great. It's great. So thanks for having me on.
Cool.
Really appreciate it.
Okay, guys, we'll see you soon.
Alrighty.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.